Three. Hello, I'm Josh with the Guiding Key. This is a fan video about our group and our love for Kingdom Hearts. It's called Connecting Hearts Around the World because we are a group of fans that is connected around the world, from Canada to the United States to Mexico to Australia to Germany to Austria and more. Um, we've got a big love for Kingdom Hearts, and we just met and started talking and connecting through just different pages and groups, and we've all become really close, and some of the best people I've ever met in my life, honestly. Um, and I can't thank Kingdom Hearts enough for uh, just being a part of that, because without it, I wouldn't have met some of my best friends. And these people I like to call my family. Um, uh, I should start saying or continuing, I'm admin Riku, and I'll be telling you how I got into Kingdom Hearts and a little bit more about our group and some of our, well, at least my favorite, moments and characters and stuff from the games. So I'm going to tell you about a little bit more about how I got into Kingdom Hearts. Some of my favorite games in the series, as well as the characters, and my favorite Keyblade, as well as, if there's enough time, I'd like to tell you a little bit more about the group. So first, how I got into Kingdom Hearts. Um, well, I'll say about 20 years ago, because, uh, wow, yeah, I was in high school. Um, I had a friend come over with the game, and he wanted to. Well, I wanted to play it. He had it because I loved Final Fantasy and I loved Disney, so it was just really cool to see. Um, I, I'll be honest, I can't remember my entire experience um, playing the first game, but I remember the ending and wanting and some of the worlds and wanting to see more. And I remember computer class getting into some of the forums, waiting for Kingdom Hearts 2, seeing about Chain of Memories, and seeing the deep dive video, just being excited for all of that. And I couldn't wait. So, and Chain of Memories was a pretty special game for me. I loved card games, so it was a pretty easy match for me to like really enjoy it. I it holds a special place because um, I remember uh, playing it on a road trip uh, with over Thanksgiving weekend, and that is pretty much all I did on that road trip because, well, I wasn't driving. Um, but um, I just remember some of the music playing in my with my dad, and some stuff from like the 1950s and 60s that would not go with Kingdom Hearts at all. But those just are some of my favorite memories. With Chain of Memories. um, so that's I guess, my big way of being into Kingdom Hearts. Now, um, well, as you can tell with my shirt and maybe up here, I love Riku. He's my favorite character. He wants to help his friends. Maybe he doesn't go about it the best ways. Kingdom Hearts 1, a little bit. This is my favorite chip. I love Riku and Namine, and hopefully we get to see some more of it played out. We'll see. I do love like all of the characters. Obviously, some more than others, but Roxas and Axel they hold a special place in my heart after 358. Sora, I mean, we were all Sora at some point, I think, and just connect to him. But I love everybody. They have their moments, some better, some worse, but yeah, those are some of my favorite characters. I do have I also really like Jian. I'm so glad she came back after what happened to her. She's such a great character in my opinion. As far as favorite games, I'll tell you, Dream Drop Distance was my favorite game when I think about it. I mean, yeah, you gotta play as Riku. But I love the Dream Eaters. I love the worlds. They were some of the worlds I never thought we'd experience, especially like that Three Musketeers world, and Tron Legacy. I had fun with that one. Hunchback's one of my favorites too. So like, it's just such a fun game, and I love flow motion as well. I also enjoyed Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know. I got it. I enjoyed it. I thought it played fantastic. There's not, I mean, like of the main games and like the big ones, not even that. I don't think there's a Kingdom Hearts game that I truly don't like. So it's it is a series that has a special place in my heart. I mean, they could have messed up a lot, and in my opinion, they didn't. I always have a new experience and memories that come with each. So I guess that's part of why I love it too. It's just so much to it. As far as the Keyblades go, obviously Braveheart and the Way of the Dawn, because I do love Riku. But I like the Favorite Deputy. I'm a big Toy Story fan, so what was the other one? Hero's Origin. Like Nomura, I'm a big Hercules fan, so I'm never disappointed when we get to see Herc and we get a new Keyblade from Olympus and that world. But there's just a lot of. I also like this. Okay, maybe I also like the dive wing a lot. I never got it before, except for my last playthrough. But I never tried for it before. But it's just such a good looking Keyblade in my opinion. Wish I could buy a prop of it. And of course, Oathkeeper, Oblivion. And I do have I have enjoyed the Starlight Keyblade too. Uh, as far as some moments, um, like I like one moment I really enjoyed was the fact that Riku did become a playable character in the end of two. Like you got to join your party and you got to play as him. So I was not expecting that. As far as other moments, I love the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, minus what happens to Sora. But everybody gets to play together. They won the day. They won, saved the the worlds. They also, Rox has got to go to the beach with all of his friends, all of them, and that's just such a great moment after everything you see him go through. Um, but I don't have much time because I got other members in the group to let them share too. So I feel like I got a lot of good stuff out, and after getting that all out, just wanted to tell you a little bit more about our group before I pass it over to our next member. Um, I just can't say in words that I love them, and um, just such a uh, we check on each other. We talk, we joke. Um, we share our lives with each other. Um, and I'll say I got into this really into like the Kingdom Hearts groups and stuff because my dad uh, had a stroke back in 2019, and he's doing much better now. But I I needed an outlet um, to help, and um, I'll say that was really the start of the guiding key because I met some really great friends, and and just some of the stuff that we do for each other. Just remember, like one of us couldn't afford the new Pokemon game, and we just everybody like all of us chipped in, or most of us chipped in, and then we all yeah, he got it, and he's been playing, and it's just awesome. Where um, that bond, that friendship, that power of friendship is really what the guiding key is all about. It and they, uh, they just they're the best. Well, with that said, we'll pass it on to the next member. Um, Thanks for listening. I'll see you later.
Hello, I'm Admin Ansem, aka Daniel in real life, and I'm here to tell you a bit about myself. So, I got into Kingdom Hearts back in 2006 when they had the TV ads on for Kingdom Hearts 2, and I really got interested in the series from that. And a few years later, I got the games on with the PS2 for Christmas, and at the time they were like mind blowing, having like Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy mixed together. And I think from that, it grew into a much larger love for the series. Um, I used to spend a lot of time on community in the community, like watching videos, YouTubers, you know, anything to do with it. It grew into an obsession, um, and it still is. My favorite game in the series is 0.2, Birth by Sleep, just because of how the underlying uh, meanings they have in the game on how the realm of darkness is stuck in the you know in a time freeze when everyone else is doing their adventures, and how the sacrifices everyone had to make is still played there. Um, and it didn't really show that in the majority of the games until 3, I would say. My favorite Keyblade is the Ultima Keyblade at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2. And that thing's just so OP. um, and my favorite character of the game is Roxas, because I feel like we can all relate to him on a certain level. Um, and yeah, I found the community, these community pages, through a friend, actually. Um, I met him at a meet with some fellow friends at the time, and when I got there, it was just we instantly talked about Kingdom Hearts for the entire time, and that's how we met, through talking about Kingdom Hearts. And he actually introduced me to some other friends of his that he made, and that is how I met all of you guys. And it's just funny how loving a game and its community can bring it to a wider audience, and you get to meet amazing people in your life that you never would have met otherwise through this game. And I feel like that's why I love Kingdom Hearts and the franchise so much, because of how it connects people, like on a global scale, and it's amazing just to be a part of this community. So yeah, that's a bit about myself and how I found these pages. Yeah. Love you guys.
Hi there, my name is John. I am admin Axel from the Guiding Key, doing their video for March Caprice. This is our whole video segment of connecting hearts around the world. So basically, I've been a Kingdom Hearts fan since the first game. I got into it because my brother said, like, his friend brought over the game, and we played it. I remember getting the game and starting it up and just being immersed into the whole world. So, so bright and colorful, and the islands and the annoying fights against Riku, him beating you like what, 20 times or so. I don't even remember how many. I think that was a newer playthrough. I don't even remember how many times, if I lost to him that many times or in the beginning or not when I first played. But I know I lost to him in the race a bit. I know I might have lost to him in the race, but but and I remember seeing the commercials and just like Simple and Clean just hitting you, like just making you want to know what the heck this is and what it was, and like what was the Final Fantasy connections with Riku kind of looking like Sephiroth and stuff like that. And then like I remember Chain of Memories coming out and like Simple and Clean hitting again, and was like so excited and got the game, and like I don't think I had my Game Boy on getting Chain of Memories, like wanted to play it then and there, but it was like looking at the instruction guide. Yeah, Chain of Memories. Me and my brother are like, I think, or my brother and I, whatever, very grammatically correctness and all. But my brother and I were like some of the few that I know that the gameplay didn't scar. That, we just loved. I remember playing it at lunch at high school. I remember frustratingly trying to beat Captain Hook so many times. I have words for Captain Hook, and they are not nice. At least Captain Hook from the original Chain of Memories. There we go. I mouthed them. Probably going to edit this part out. So moving on. Yeah, I remember asking my brother, "Can I go to the Riku mode? I want to play more. I need to know more." In Chain of Memories, because I got a little further ahead of him. Because Kingdom Hearts and video games are my life, so And then there was like the whole Kingdom Hearts 2, the whole wait for Kingdom Hearts 2, which was like a special kind of like the forums and the internet. It was like a time to be like the blonde-haired kid, and was so excited for the blonde-haired kid, and so excited for Roxas, and fell in love with Roxas since from Kingdom Hearts 2, and loved 358 over 2 days. That just had such a great story to it. Learning about Roxas, Xion, and Axel. I just love like every game, so on and so forth. And just I kind of love the weight and the giant, and the whole meme with the chalkboard or the pinboard with all the stuff, and where it all goes, where does it all connect? Where does it goes next? And what's in the box? What's in the box? The box, the box, the box. But it's like Kingdom Hearts is life, and it's one awesome life right now. One awesome life right now. So my favorite games, I would say, because I kind of have multiple favorites, because there's a lot of different criteria. Okay, I'm not even going to go into it. I just have a lot of favorite games, but it would have to be Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance, and 3. I feel are like my top favorites. I would say 358 over 2 days, story wise, is one of my favorites. The gameplay has not aged well. But like I could say Kingdom Hearts Recoded had the gameplay that I wish 358 over 2 days had, but that didn't have the story to it. But anyways, Birth by Sleep, I loved I loved Aqua, Terra, and Ventus, and I love that you can go through all 3 of their storylines. They all play differently, and they had customizable decks, like you can pick different moves. I love the different attack styles they all had. Like Ventus was one of my favorites to play as. Just his speed and stuff, and I just enjoy his story a lot, which has expanded a whole lot too. Dream Drop Distance I love because I loved playing with Sora again. Loved the Dream Eaters because I love plushies and stuff. Like, you can see the plushie Donald in the back, and have a lot of other plushies. But like the Dream Eaters were just such a fun concept, and you could pick them. It was kind of like Pokemon in a sense, but I love Pokemon too. But the story was interesting, and they just kept adding more and more elements to it. And Axel is one of my favorite characters throughout the series, and Axel just got better in a lot of storylines, and him taking out his Keyblade at the end was like Woo, jaw-dropping shocking. Kingdom Hearts 3 I loved. I think it added a lot of new elements to the story, answering questions, bringing new questions, like all good Kingdom Hearts games do, because, that pin board needs to get bigger. Just imagine the pin board behind me. Ooh. Yeah. But the gameplay was really solid. I loved just how easy it was to destroy everything that got in your way and how big the spells were. So some of my favorite Keyblades are obviously Axel's Flame Liberator. I love To Become One. I love the Oblivion and the Oathkeeper because Roxas used them. I think it's Lost Memory or something. Ventus's final Keyblade from Birth by Sleep. And I love the Ultimate Weapon. And so many Keyblades. So little time. My favorite characters are obviously Axel. Got it memorized. Is because, and I resonated with like ginger, red-haired characters because I am one. And he was 8th in the organization. 8 is one of my favorite numbers because of my birthday. So he had those going for him in the beginning, and then he just grew and developed as this awesome character along the way. He just kept gaining more and more, good traits to him and good growth. And, there's just so many layers to him. And he's so interesting. Roxas is another favorite of mine since he was the blonde-haired kid. Just loved his story and love his dual-wielding Keyblades. Ventus I love, and like I said, loved his story and more of his backstory being learned and evolved, and the whole gigantic stuff in Union Cross and I forget the first form of it, but Union Cross. Love characters from that too, but and Ventus as I I just went into this. Now I'm just repeating myself. Great. This will have to be edited. Anyways, but I love Sora. Sora's helped me a lot throughout life and through my, as a person with depression and anxiety, his hopefulness and his optimism helped, get through the darker times in my life. Oh, favorite moments. Can I just put the entire series? But I loved when Axel sacrifices himself in Kingdom Hearts 2. That was a big moment that I really liked. Seeing everyone seeing the Wayfinder trio reunited in Kingdom Hearts 3. Seeing Roxas and all his friends finally playing at the beach at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, because he finally made it to the beach they don't talk about, that was great too. Also, some other moments like Woody telling young Xehanort, young Xehanort off. That was fun. There was a lot of good moments from Kingdom Hearts 3, but there was a lot of good moments all around. Axel saying, like, what was it? Dark Rescue is my middle name, and saving Sora and saving a lot in Dream Drop Distance was great too. I love the deep dive. Love the scene from Deep Dive when that was redone and it was 358 over 2 days. Finally, seeing that in games. I love when Nomura hints at stuff and then you see it down the line and it pays off. I love a lot of that stuff, and there's just a lot of stuff to love about Kingdom Hearts, and that's why I'm a part of this group, The Guiding Key, that we're trying to expand our love of Kingdom Hearts to everyone else, to showcase it and to honor it, because it has meant so much for us. And, you know, this group is great. I love all the members. We are family, and I hope you enjoy our videos, enjoy our page, and try and follow us all you can, because we promise you'll have a fun time if you love Kingdom Hearts. And now I will pass it on to whoever's next. All right. May your heart be your guiding key.
Hi! This is Jessica from the Guiding Key, also known as Admin Kyrie. And I'm gonna tell you how I got started into Kingdom Hearts and all the characters I like, my favorite character, and just how, like, I got into, like, our group, the Guiding Key, because, like, it's so amazing meeting all these people around the world, and now we're, like, really good friends and everything, and, yeah. Alright, so, favorite games out of the Kingdom Hearts series. Honestly, I love them all. Chain of Memories, you know, I don't hate it like everyone else. But because when I was a kid, I loved it. I remember being so excited playing it. I had no issues with it. I still loved, you know, because I love the story. But now when I replayed it when I was older, I'm like, it's just a repeat of the first game, but with cards and some other characters introduced. So I think nowadays I only like Calm because of Riku. Because you get to play him and you get to, like, see kind of his, you know, point of view and stuff a little bit and what he's going through. But my favorite game of the series, I would say, would be Kingdom Hearts 2. Because there's just, like, so much going on. Like, you have, you know, his character development is, like, the biggest development out of all the characters. And in that game, like, it's kind of showcasing during and a little after his, you know, dealing with the darkness, and, you know, he's still dealing with it. But, and, you know, you got, in Calm, you introduced the organization, but now it's talking more about the organization. You played at Rocks at the beginning, you're like, who the fuck is it? Or who the heck is Roxas? I remember when I first played Kingdom Hearts 2, though, I'm like trying to get this, you know, playing Roxas, you know, done. I'm like, oh my god, I don't care. Let's get to Sora. I don't even know who this person is. Why am I playing him? And of course, later, you know, I appreciate him more after days. But yeah, like, there's just so much in 2. And, like, I love all the world. I love the gameplay. I especially love the ending, like, in the last boss, which apparently as a kid I had no problem with, but as I got older, now it's a struggle. I don't know what's up with that. But I love playing with Riku, you know, and then you play as Riku for a little bit. I'm like, oh, fuck, heck yeah! Like, Riku's awesome! And he's, like, kicking butt, and then you have that fight thing, you and Sora teaming up, and, like, everything's crazy and stuff. Oh, yeah, like, it's such a great game, and, like, there's just so much going on. I just love leveling up in that game. Like, I'm weird, like, but, like, just fighting the Heartless, the Nobodies, like, I don't know, I just love it. And then get on the Hydra's back! But yeah, that is my favorite game of the series. And I remember when Birth by Sleep came out. I'm like, more characters. Let's get this over with because I love this series so much. You know, I bought a PSP for the Kingdom Hearts series. Come on, like I love it, but turns out I love Birth by Sleep. Like I actually liked that aspect of you play through one character, then you play the next character. You see the where the stories interline and stuff, and like with Dream Drop Distance. Again, when I first played it, I loved it. Now when I replayed it, I don't hate it. I just wish it was similar to Birth by Sleep, where you play through Sora, and then like at that end, moment, then you play as Riku, you go through it, but it is what it is. They try something new every time. And Kingdom Hearts 3, pretty fun game. My only problem with Kingdom Hearts 3 was the characters just seemed out of character. And I feel like 13-year gap, they didn't look back at the characters enough. Like us fans, who we deal with on a daily basis almost, we know these characters pretty well. Or we think we do. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 is definitely my favorite game. My favorite character would definitely go to Riku. Because as I said before, he has the best character development. And, and I love his designs. His first one's, weird, but still cool. Kingdom Hearts 3, that's my favorite design for Riku. I feel like they're gonna change it again, but probably similar still. But as a kid, Sora used to be my favorite character because I related to him a lot. Fun, energetic, optimistic. Yeah, I related to Sora, and he was cool. Looking for his friends, being a true friend. Good for Sora. I still love Sora, but just, as you get older, sometimes, your look on life and stuff changes, and you might have a different favorite character. It happens. I also love Naminé. She's probably my second favorite, underappreciated, but understandable. She don't get a lot of scenes, so I just feel like she has potential, and that girl needs an outfit change. I'm hoping the next game, an outfit change, please. Thank you. and Kairi being, Kairi, she was great in Kingdom Hearts 1. She had the sass, she had the fight, she was great. And then for some reason they just slowly went with damsel in distress but wanted to fight. I don't know, it wasn't working. I feel like the manga did better with Kairi's character than the actual games. I love manga Kairi. Bring that into the games. And then when they changed the voices, I'm like, that wasn't a good choice. No offense to the new actress, she does well, but I'm very picky with voices though, and I felt with Kairi's character being sassy, they should have kept, the original, and I can't remember her name. I know it starts with an H. I think it's Hayden or Haley or something. I apologize. But yeah, I love all the characters. I don't think I hate any of the characters, and that's a great thing about Kingdom Hearts. There are characters like I've mentioned that I like more than others. I like Axel or Lee, and all those characters. I actually like Iza. They say Iza. I think it's pronounced Iza, but I like him after he's a somebody. you know, because he's kind of mean as a nobody, as Sayax, but, yeah, there's not really any members or anything that I hate. Maybe that one blonde chick, Larcene? I think it's Larcene. Let's just cut that out. But I don't know. I hope for redemption for all the characters, even the ones that don't get a lot of, talk about. But yeah, they're all cool. Like Roxas and Shion, Ventus, even Terra, Aqua, and, just all the organization members. Just so many characters. Like, I love them all, They're all great. Yeah. My favorite Keyblade? I don't think I have I like a lot of the designs. And I think my favorite would be I think it's called the Starlight Keyblade. It's in Kingdom Hearts 3, that blue handle. It pretty much looks like the Kingdom Key, but a blue handle with a different, chain. And here's the reason why I love it so much. It's like the Master Sword in a Keyblade form. And I love it. As you could tell, I love the Legend of Zelda series. My shirt says, "Call me Zelda one more time." It's a very old joke calling Link Zelda, and I hate it. But I love the shirt. It's funny. Off topic. But yeah, I definitely like the Starlight look. It's very basic, but and it don't it's not very powerful or anything, but it's pretty cool. I like it. My favorite outfit is definitely Pirate Sora. That is the bee's knees. And then my second favorite would be the Kingdom Hearts 2 default look for Sora. Like, those are my top two favorite designs on Sora, at least. And then I don't have a favorite Kingdom Hearts world, but yeah, I really don't have I love and hate some. I don't even mind Atlantica. Everyone hates that world, but I'm over here if there are worlds that I hate, it's probably in Kingdom Hearts 1. Because I hated a lot of those worlds in Kingdom Hearts 1 as a kid, and I still hate them today. Well, maybe not hate. Dislike, probably. But as a kid, I'm like... But yeah, I think... yeah, I love Kingdom Hearts. It is legit still brings people together, legit. And because we all have different opinions on what we like what character we relate more, what's our favorite game. A lot of people hate Kingdom Hearts 3. I can kind of understand, but I thought it was still a really fun game to play. Like I said before, yeah, the characters seemed out of character to me, but that was my only complaint, really. Other than that, it's it was fun. But, some people want a challenge, and that's, I guess, play on critical, because that was challenging. I'm still working on it. I don't think I'll finish, because I got so many games on the burner board already. I think that's, yeah. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts rules. Yeah. But yeah, I really appreciate the Kingdom Hearts series, though. because it's really brought like the members of the Guiding Key closer together. Like we help each other out. We talk to each other about each other, like our problems. We even have Mr. Rogers Xanart, Mr. Xanart, or I forgot his name, but he's our wise guy in our group, because he's very, he gives great advice. I mean, we all give each other great advice, but he's the one.
Hey Wielders, my name is Thiago, admin Ericus on the fan page The Guiding Key on Facebook and Instagram. I'm 28 years old. I'm a student at the university in Marburg, Germany, and I'm studying language and communications. And before that, I studied philosophy and Japanese culture in Frankfurt, also in Germany. How I got into Kingdom Hearts. That's gonna take a while to explain. So, I was born in Germany. My family moved back to Brazil. Half German, half Brazilian, and so I stayed some time in South America, and then after a few years we got back to Germany. And the only thing I always cared about, or which helped me to learn reading, and also was a wonderful thing to enjoy your time, was video games, and especially JRPGs. So I learned reading while playing Final Fantasy IV in Brazil, which was in English. And I was instantly hooked by this roleplay from Squaresoft. And I'm sorry. And after that, I was kind of into JRPG, so I played every Final Fantasy game I could get my hands on, even if it was at a flea market, at a secondhand store, or new. And then when we moved back to Germany, the only thing I knew nothing about German culture at all. The only thing I knew and that I remembered were anime and video games. So my mom got me like the German versions of the Final Fantasy games and some manga like Dragon Ball and Yu Yu Hakusho. I think it's called Poltergeist Report too. And then, because of cultural differences and because of mental health issues regarding my mom, my parents got divorced when I was like 8 years old. And she had another guy besides my dad. And when she got a new apartment, the first thing that I got to know, besides my new room, when I stayed over, I stayed at my dad's at a divorce, and my sister stayed with my mom, so we got separated really early. The first thing that I saw when I came to my new room and my mom's new apartment was that there was a TV and a PS2, which was a present from her new boyfriend. I think he wanted to impress the son of my mom's, so I think he wanted to impress me, or I think he wanted to get to know me. So he asked my mom, what are your son's hobbies? What does he like? So he bought me a PS2 because I only had a Super Nintendo and a PS1. I think it was 2002, something like that. And he got me Final Fantasy X and he got me Kingdom Hearts. And I had lots of issues because I'm not the typical German guy. As you can see, my hair is rather curly. My skin is not really white, but it's also not really brown. So as a mixed POC, I got a lot of backlashes at school. So the only thing that kept me going and made me happy was playing video games, especially in games with lots of good story and characters I could relate to. And playing Kingdom Hearts really helped me a lot to cope with my parents' divorce, my mom's mental health issues. She suffers from multiple schizophrenia and major depressions, as I do too, because of all that was happening around me and the mobbing at school and not having this sense of belonging somewhere. So when I first started playing Kingdom Hearts 1, I was kinda, okay, I dig this style of game, but why does this character have such big shoe sizes? I mean, does he have clown's feet, you know? So, but the more I got into it, the more I loved it. And I was really happy because I saw at Destiny Islands already, I saw some of my favorite characters from the Final Fantasy franchise. So I saw like Selphie from 8, I saw Tidus and Walker, and this made me really happy. And so I digged into it, and of course, the combination with Disney, this was like, for me, it was like two of my favorite franchises got together and made a baby. And the more I played, the happier I got, because I got to see all of the characters from Final Fantasy that I loved and enjoyed and helped me a lot, helped me learn reading, helped me learn German and English. And in their new character models in KH, this really got me, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I had this warm gut feeling, so it was like joy was spreading all over my body. And yeah, the story just it amazed me, because it was a young boy. He was fighting against darkness, heartless, and this helped me kinda tackle my own inner demons, and helped me, the more games I played, it helped me to learn lessons that I could actually implement into my own life, into my own self. So I learned to fight my depressions, to not give them any room to expand. So I confronted them, and knowing that there's always a light, which in all of this darkness. So this kind of, it helped a lot. I was in a really, really big hole many times in my life. So because of my depression, because of my sexuality issues, and because of the bad experiences I had from human people, men and women overall, because I was betrayed, I was lied to, I did not have this feeling of belonging in my own family. And seeing how Sora and his friends confronted darkness, confronted nobodies, like these entities which are not actually human, don't have a heart, but know what it is like to feel. This helped me a lot, because every time I fought against one of Organization 13, for example, it was like me fighting this feeling of charade, like not having a heart. And Sora being my kind of light and my feelings, beating them helped me a lot, and it helped me grow as a person. It helped me accept more. It helped me love. It helped me grow. And I don't know. I think it's not an understatement to say that this game franchise literally saved my life and helped me become the person I want to be. Yeah. Favorite games, characters, keyblades, and moments. Favorite games. there ain't a game that I do not like in the franchise. But if I had to pick like a game I love gameplay wise, story wise, it would be gameplay wise Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, because I remember playing Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix uh, in Germany. So I imported my Japanese copy of Kingdom Hearts 2, I think in 2007 or 2008, and I already played the um, normal version that we got in Europe. So, and I modded my PS2 with a chip so that I could play the Japanese version. And I remember sitting there with a Japanese dictionary and a notebook and pausing every time there was an additional scene I did not know about, to play the game. And I learned the characters and the kana, so as katakana, hiragana, to actually know the spell names to use them. Yeah, story wise, one of my favorite games. I think it is. That's kind of hard. Story wise, I like how Kingdom Hearts 3 um, brings us pretty good closure for a lot of characters. So I enjoyed that a lot. I enjoyed seeing how Sora assured himself why he started his journey, why he went away from the island, um, and why his journey ain't over yet. So, story wise, KH3 as a closure effect. So, I enjoyed 3, even without Remind. I liked it. But another game is Birth by Sleep. So, the mechanic of choosing between 3 characters, 3 different 3 different storylines, how they intertwine in between each other into the final episode, and just seeing especially Terra's and Van's story, it got me shivers. So yeah, my favorite characters. I think we all agree that everybody needs a best friend like Lee, who would be willing to do anything for you and would keep on looking for you and going over to drastic lengths just to be together with you again. Sora, of course. I hope that I can be as optimistic and as kind and gentle as he is. Shion. Shion is a character which showed me that after major suffering, there's always healing. So yeah, Goofy. Goofy is an amazing character. He's like the big brother of this trio. Um, how how angry and how sad everybody was when he got struck down in KH2, and they thought it was over. This actually showed how big his worth in this party, in this trio was. And the way he's always there to calm Sora down, saying, "Now wipe those tears," or always helping him get up. And as he was the first one to protect him in KH1, and he was like, "I can't betray my king, but I can't betray Sora either." This one got me. Ericus, the young version, and and Master Ericus. I love both of them because young Ericus, he's so pure. He's so yeah, how should I say it? He's the epitome of light. He's optimistic. He's a great friend. He assures Xehanort that he will be there for him too. I love that. Master Ericus, I love Master Ericus because he's so human. He's full of flaws. He has his ideals. He has his morals. But he also, after messing up, he reflects himself. He accepts his mistakes. And that's actually one of my favorite moments in Kingdom Hearts 3 too, where his spirit or his heart, which was residing in Terra, could finally talk to his pupils. I love that. Terra, I've never seen somebody so strong suffer so much and get this amazing redemption. And I don't know, just seeing somebody with such a strong will, it gets me motivated, Yeah. Favorite Keyblades. Talking about favorite Keyblades. I like sweet nostalgia. N- Not because of the effect or the ability it has. That's nah. It's made out of wood. I love woodcraft. I love restoring furniture made out of wood. My grandfather, he was a carpenter, so I worked a lot. I did a lot of woodwork with him. So good memories, sweet nostalgia. Yeah. Honey, the honey pot. I have a sweet tooth. I love sweet stuff, but who doesn't, right? Yeah. My favorite moments. Oh, there are way too many. Um, the time travel shenanigan with Sora in Kingdom Hearts 3. I love that. Roxas and Shion, the final moments they had in Days. It gets me every time. Every time I hear Shion's final words and saying "I belong to Sora" and this piano, her character theme, I always cry. I always cry. I almost start crying now, just thinking about it. Yeah. What else? Um, the redemption of Axel in Kingdom Hearts 2. How he saved Sora when they were in the passageway to the world that never was. That was an amazing moment. Um, and it got a whole lot better after the fight with Roxas in the final mix version, where they had this one last moment together at the clock tower. That one got me really, really good. Um, yeah, Roxas saying my vacation is finally over. I love that. It gets to me all the time, and I play every KH game once in a year just to play it again. All of them. Um, this interesting moment between Roxas and Sora in Dream Drop Distance, where he says, "You are you, you're your own person." Hearing somebody say that to you, that's actually sometimes that's the one push you need as a person to get into the right direction, and it lifts you up. So I can kind of relate how Roxas must have felt, and I certainly agree when he says, and that's why it has to be you. Um, Lots of terror moments, lots of good ones. How he fought against his own master to protect Ven. I loved that, but I loved the parting from Master Ericus more. I loved how Terra Xehanort got offended fighting against his armor and his lingering will. And then, of course, lingering will crashing the party in Kingdom Hearts 3, and Terra finally getting his body back. Lots of KH3 moments, the Sea Salt gang getting together, uh, the Wayfinder gang getting together. I think, yeah, I almost dehydrated playing KH3 and the final fight. So, but as you can see, I have lots of good memories just talking about Kingdom Hearts. It makes me smile. It brings me joy. It formed me as a person, and it showed me what I want to be as a person too. It shows me how much I can grow and what I can actually accomplish. Um, yeah, I hope you got to know me better. It was a special thing and a special moment for me to share all of this with you. Um, I hope that some of you come over to our page so we can chat, so we can get to know each other better. Because being part of Kingdom Hearts community for me, it's all about sharing. It's all about sharing. It's all about sharing flaws, sharing strengths, sharing good moments, sharing our love for the franchise. I met some of the most amazing persons, and I met so many friends creating this page with my friends. I actually met my best friend too because of Kingdom Hearts. So I wish you all of the best, and I hope you keep enjoying it as much as I do. Um, don't forget this inner child you have inside your heart. Um, the joy you can feel playing Kingdom Hearts, I have never felt a joy so pure. So that's all of me. I hope to get to read some messages or hear about you guys over at the Guiding Key. Enjoy the event. May your heart be your guiding key.